Welcome back to the Untouchaballs podcast. Caden and Evan here, bringing you our weekly pick'em episode. Evan, how we doing today, lad?
I am doing tremendous, Caden. How about yourself?
Not too bad myself either. And yeah, this is our weekly pick'em episode. And then before we go look into this week's, we'll look back on to last week's. We're in the NFL. I went 5-3 with my best bet of the Carolina Panthers minus 5.5. Losing out not only on the spread, but the Panthers losing outright in that game. And then Dwyer in the NFL slate going 4-4 with his best bet of the Lions minus 8.5, cashing pretty easily. And then in the college football landscape, myself, I did go 5-3 with my best bet of the Vanderbilt Commodores, narrowly cashing in overtime, a little 48-35 victory. And then rough week for Evan Dwyer in college. This week he goes 2-5. But does cash his best bet of West Virginia minus 6.5 versus Colorado, also just barely. That now brings our season totals in college. Evan is 46, 52, and 4 with his best bets at 2-2. Myself, I am 52, 50, and 4 with my best bets at 3-1. Evan in NFL is 38 and 42 with his best bets at 2-2. And myself in the NFL, I am 39 and 41 with my best bets also 2-2 in that. Now we'll get on to this week's games where we got a lot of exciting college and NFL action. Kicking it off on Saturday in the morning slate as the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are going on the road against the Pitt Panthers, where Notre Dame is an 11.5 point favorite.
Caden, Notre Dame has looked so good. I mean, since really after that last, was a week 2 loss they had against A&M, or Tech, was it? I forget which one it was. It was an A&M. Even that game came down on the wire, and that's a top 3 team in the country right there they lost to. This team has just been rolling, and I don't expect anything different in this game. I mean, we saw them last week take care of Navy easy, cleared that 30.5 line or something crazy like that against Navy, and I don't expect anything different against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, like you said, Notre Dame has been rolling since those first 2 losses to start the season against Miami and then Texas A&M, and they have been one of the best offenses of the country. They're averaging just shy at 39 points a game, which is 10th in the country. The thing is, though, with this Pitt Panthers team, they're all averaging 39.7 points a game, just about 40 points a game. So right around there, they're able to keep up offensively. I think with this Notre Dame team being in Pitt as well, I think is huge for this Panthers school. Notre Dame's, Dwyer, you said, they've been rolling. They've been looking good. I do think they probably come out victorious in this game. But I do think 11.5 on the road is too much. Give me the Pitt Panthers plus 11.5 here on Saturday morning. Next matchup we got also in the morning slate is a big one in the American Conference standings. We're in this conference as of right now. You have a bunch of teams with only 1 loss in the conference. And in this, we got 2 of those 1-loss teams, kind of a conference title eliminator, as the South Florida Bulls are going to be on the road against the Navy Midshipmen, where South Florida is a 10.5 point favorite.
Caden, what did we do last week in South Florida? What happened with them?
So we didn't do anything with South Florida last week. We had Tulane at Memphis, where Tulane came away victorious and kept their season alive.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to be going South Florida in this one. Clear, I just think they're the favorite. I don't know too much about the team they're facing. So I'm riding South Florida here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the thing with South Florida is, they have one of the best offenses in the country. They're putting in, they'll easily be able, I think, to score 40, 50 points in this game, just like Notre Dame did against this Navy team a week ago. While Navy might be able to score a little bit more than they did just a week ago, I still don't think it's going to matter. I don't think this game will be close. I think Navy, as of Saturday afternoon, will be eliminated most likely from the American Conference Championship game, and South Florida will keep their chances alive because they're going to come in and have a resounding victory on the road on Saturday. Next game, and as we move into our afternoon slate, we got a big ranked-on-ranked matchup as the Oklahoma Sooners are going to be on the road against the Alabama Crimson Tide, where Alabama is a 6-point favorite.
Kid, this Alabama team at home against Oklahoma, that's just got to be a tough atmosphere to play in. I like them as 6-point favorites. That's not like that 7 hook there. So yeah, I'm rolling the Tide here. They're a really good team, I think. I think Alabama, it's a tough place to go out and play. I think they've been struggling on the road a little bit, so give me Alabama.
Yeah, I'm riding Alabama with you on this one. They've been playing like one of the best teams in the country ever since that loss to Florida State early in the season. And then you look at this team that they're facing in Oklahoma, where since John Mateers came back from his injury, that offense just hasn't looked the same. They've not been as productive as before, and that defense has seemed like as they have gotten deeper into SEC play has been succumbing to more and more big plays, giving them more and more points each game throughout this conference play. I just think going on the road against Alabama, like you were saying, a very tough place to play down in Tuscaloosa. I just think Ty Simpson and company are able to get it done, cover that 6. Now, also in our afternoon slate, we got the Virginia coming off a big bad loss against Wake Forest last week. Their starting quarterback did get injured in that matchup and will miss this one. They will be on the road against the Duke Blue Devils, where Duke is the 6-point favorite.
Cade, I'm going to be riding Duke here. At home, like you said, Virginia, just brutal week last week. Bad loss, lose your quarterback like that. And I think they're going to be kind of scrambling this week. You know, you got to kind of figure things out to fly. New quarterback under the helm. You're going to have to try and have to really just, this is their kind of like get right week. And I think that the Duke Blue Devils take care of them here at home.
Yeah, I'm going to be opposite on you actually on this one, Dwyer. It's just as much as I like this Duke offense, I think they can put up a lot of points against this Virginia team. They will turn the ball over a couple of times that will lead to some Virginia points. And while Duke might be able to put up 30 points, even though it is a backup quarterback for Virginia, that Duke defense is so bad. I still think Virginia's going to be able to put up points, stay close in this game. It's just this Duke defense is terrible. They've given up so many points to a lot of mid-tier opponents. And Virginia, their offense wasn't bad with Chandler Morris at the helm, but without him, they are probably going to be like a middle-of-the-pack offense. I still think they're going to be able to put up points against a very bad Duke defense. So I think they will come on the road on Saturday and cover that 6 points. Also, in our afternoon slate, we got the Iowa Hawkeyes coming off a tough defeat against Oregon last week. They'll be on the road against the USC Trojans, where the Trojans are a 7-point favorite.
Caden, I'm going to like Iowa here to cover. I think last week it was a tough loss for them. But I think those tough games also kind of make you, that builds your team culture up a little bit there. I think that coming into this week, I think that they can upset and win. They can win this game against USC. I don't think USC is as good of a football team, and they didn't have any major injuries or anything coming out of last week. So I like Iowa here as an underdog.
Yeah, I'm with you once again here, Dwyer. I think Iowa's +7 here is a great bet. I just think USC, while they have been moving the ball well offensively, I think that might slow down some here against a very stout Iowa defense, and I think Gronkmeyer is going to be able to do enough on the ground and what he can in the air to keep this game close. And like you said, possibly even come away with the victory here. Just this USC team with Lincoln Riley, they're a good team, nothing special, and I think Iowa is going to be able to hang with them throughout, come through, give us the cover, possibly, like you said, Dwyer, even come through with the victory. Now moving into our night slate for college this week, we got a big ranked-on-ranked matchup as the Texas Longhorns are going to be on the road against the Georgia Bulldogs, where Georgia is a 6-point favorite.
Caden, this is going to be my best bet of the week here. I'm going to be riding high on the Georgia Bulldogs at home. Texas has screwed us all year long, so I wouldn't be shocked if they come out and screw us once again. But I really don't trust this Texas team. I know they're coming off a bye, which is going to be nice. But this Georgia team looked so good last week, and they're just such a consistent team. I feel like honestly one of the more consistent teams. Every year, So I'm gonna be riding here, Georgia. I think 6 that's just an easy line for them to cover here, and take care of the Longhorns.
Yeah. As much as this does pay me to say I'm going to be with you and riding with the Bulldogs -6 at home Saturday night, I just don't think the Longhorns are on the same caliber of team as the Georgia Bulldogs. When you look at it, like even last year when the Texas was one of the best teams in the country, they lost both those games. They lost in Austin, then they lost in the SEC championship game because Kirby Smart outcoached Steve Sarkisian, especially on the defensive side of the ball, was doing stuff to get to Quinn Ewers, get past that really good offensive line. That just really slowed everything down. Saw it get in the conference championship game. Even when Gunnar Stockton came in after Carson Beck came out with his injury, they were still able to find a way to come back and win in overtime. And now you look at this one, I think Georgia's just a better team than Texas. Texas so much inconsistency on the offensive side of the ball. You don't know what Arch is going to do week in, week out. And playing a defense like Georgia, I think is going to be really tough for him this week. So, yeah, Georgia -6, as much as it does pay him to say, they should be pretty safe there at home Saturday. Also, on Saturday night, we got a big matchup in the Conference USA as the Kennesaw State Owls are going to be on the road against Jacksonville State, where Kennesaw State is a 3-point favorite.
Okay, I'm be taking Jacksonville State here. They're at home, correct?
Yes, sir.
Against them. So I think that again, I don't know too much about these teams. I'm gonna be taking the close line. I'm gonna be taking the home team in this one.
Yeah, Conference USA is now, back on Saturdays as of last week, coming off being the midweek action for us for the last month or so, as we got midweek action for us now. And Kennesaw State and Jacksonville State are the only undefeated teams remaining in Conference USA play when it comes to conference play. Both of them sitting at 5-0. So this is a very big matchup here on Saturday. You look at it, Kennesaw State, second year at the FBS level, were not good in their first year after the jump last year. Really good, looking good this year as a team, bowl eligible. Jacksonville State's also looking good. The Gamecocks are playing some good ball. I just think when you look at it, Kennesaw State's offense, they're showing they can put up 35, 40 points a game in this conference, which doesn't have great defense by any means. Jacksonville State, I just don't think has the same potency of an offensive play that Kennesaw State does. I do think Kennesaw State's going to come in on the road, be able to cover this 3 Saturday night. And then the last game we do have for college this week is the TCU Horned Frogs on the road against the BYU Cougars, coming off a bad loss at Texas Tech last week, where BYU is a 4.5-point favorite.
Caden, this is close to being my best bet of the week, too. Bad loss here for BYU last week. First one of the year. It was like 29-7, I believe. But I do think this Texas A&M team is very good. I know last week I think I had BYU upsetting them or something like that. Pretty sure.
And we both had BYU covering.
Covering, yeah. Didn't go well. But with that said, at home, this TCU team isn't nearly the same team as Texas Tech is. I think this should be... I don't want to be fooled here, like, oh, is this BYU team bad? I think it's a week-to-week sport. Football, it's one week you'd be looking like one of the better teams in college. Same with the professional, you know what I mean? So, with that said, at home, 4.5, this is a lock for me. Give me BYU all the way.
Yeah, this was almost my lock of the week for college this week. TCU has not lived up to any of their preseason expectations that were had on them, thinking they could be one of the top contenders in this Big 12. I just don't see it with them anymore. And BYU, yeah, it was a bad game from last week. It really was. And that means that I think they're going to come back, making sure they can come in and win this game, stay alive for not only for the conference championship, but for the playoffs as well. And then you're having to play in a place like BYU, which is an incredibly tough place to play. I don't think Josh Hoover is going to be able to handle that pressure, probably throw a pick or two in that game. BYU, Bear Bachmeier on the offense, to be able to do enough. They're going to cover that 4.5. And I did lie to her. We have one more game. We have the nightcap on Saturday night as a big game in the Mountain West Conference, as the Boise State Broncos are going to be on the road against the San Diego State Aztecs, where the Aztecs are a 3-point favorite.
Kate, I'm going to be taking the San Diego Aztecs here. I like them at home. Again, this Boise State team, they're not the same team as they were last year, correct? I mean, losing a guy like Genty like that, it's going to kill your offense. Close game, give me the home team. Give me the Aztecs.
Yeah, I still liked, Boise State coming into this season. And, I mean, that opening night loss to USF is not looking as bad as originally as it seemed. But Michael Madsen just has not looked as good as he did last year. Obviously, losing Jetty hurts a lot. It just doesn't free him up as much as it did last year. And then you look at the San Diego State team. They've been winning good games. They've been winning on the road. And these are the two only one-loss teams remaining in the conference. So you get a win here, you're probably basically securing your spot here in the conference championship. And I do think San Diego State at home, like you said, Dwyer, is going to be able to come in and get this done. I do think that offense is going to be able to do enough, and that defense is going to slow down Michael Madsen and company. So San Diego State's going to come in and cover that 3 at home. And then you already gave your best bet for college this week, if you want to remind the people real quick.
Yeah, I'm taking Georgia at home as I think +6 or -6.
-6. So that is Dwyer's lock of the week for college. Mine is going to be a Big 12 matchup we got, as I like Kansas State -19.5 on the road against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. on Saturday morning. This Oklahoma State team is so bad. They are terrible. One of the worst teams in college football, 100%. And they don't put up points offensively. They give up 30 to 40 points a game. And Kansas State coming off a bye, and over the last handful of weeks, minus that Texas Tech game, they've been putting up a lot of points. They've been putting up around 40 points a game. And I do think this game will not be close. You will see like 52-7, maybe 52-10 type of game. Around there, just not close. Kansas State's going to just cover this with ease, have a nice blowout victory against the Cowboys, who are just an awful, awful football team.
I like it, kid. I do.
Okay. Now let's move on to our NFL games for the week. As on Thursday Night Football, we got the New York Jets, who will be on the road against the New England Patriots, where the Patriots are a 12.5-point favorite, coming off a big win against the Buccaneers last week.
Huge win. That was our disagreement there. This Jets team, man, little sneaky win against Cleveland last week. That was nice to see. I'd like to see the Jets do all right. With that said, though, there's not a chance they're winning this game or covering. Well, they might cover, but I'm taking the Patriots still, man. This Patriots team, honestly, looking like probably a top 3 team in the NFL right now, if you ask me. I mean, man, they're just playing some good football. Drake, I mean, you look at that quarterback class with the Caleb Williams, Jet Daniels, and May, man, he's
Bo Nix.
out of the year 2, well. He looks the best. He looks like he's improving the best with the worst weapons out of them. I mean, Mike Vrabel. I mean, okay.
Truthful.
Yeah.
But
yeah. You know what I mean? His weapons aren't there, but they're doing enough. They're doing more than enough. And with that said, man, I think that this team, I don't see how this Jets team. I really think that they're going to win the division, man. I mean, the Bills have been going like this while they're going like this, and I think nothing changes here against the Jets. I think the Jets are going to get whooped. No Garrett Wilson.
I mean, that game. No Garrett Wilson either. That is big. And I mean, that game was awesome on Sunday. Patriots come in, Travion Henderson breakout, 2 big tutty runs. Kyle Williams, 72-yard tutty. Everything was good except for that awful Drake interception in the end zone. And then you look at this, it's just, I don't know. Thursday nights, I've been awful at Thursday night games all year. But 12.5 seems like a lot of points for a midweek. I mean, we didn't see the Bills cover against the Jets a couple weeks ago. We didn't see the Broncos cover against the Raiders last week. And I think at 12.5, that just might be a little too much for a Thursday night quick turnaround game. That it might be a little sloppy where the Patriots win like 20-10 and not cover. And so I will be taking the Jets here to definitely not win, but keep it within the 12.5.
All right. First disagreement already.
The Patriots still do own the Jets.
Mm-hmm. To the bank.
And now we'll move on. We'll now move on to our Sunday slate, where on Sunday morning we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road against the Buffalo Bills, where the Bills are a 5.5-point favorite.
Kid, I'm taking the Bucs here, man. I know I was just talking about the Bills and their struggles. They just don't look like a good football team right now. It's just offensively they're not able to put it up. Their defense has been decent. It hasn't been nothing crazy, but really this offense has just struggled to really put up points. Early in the year, we saw James Cook just go berserk, but if he's not going berserk, this team just doesn't have an answer, really. That's what we saw this last week. And, I mean, yeah, the lack of weapons for Josh Allen is just, I think that's killing them. This Bucs team, man, they look great after the bye. Even though they lost that game, they still looked really good. Abuka looks back to where it was. He just looks healthy. So, although they won't have Bucky again, unfortunately, I don't think. Give me the Bucs here.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Bucs as well. This Bills defense is not good, and I think the Bucs are going to be able to put up a good bit of points. And like you said, with just kind of if James Cook's not on, it's a little tough for this Bills offense to really go. I just see it as the Bucs are going to be able to come in, put up some points, be able to put up probably close to 30 against this Bills defense. And then I don't know if the Bills are going to be able to do that. I don't know if they're going to be able to come in, put up 30 with this offense unless James Cook runs for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. So yeah, give me the Bucs plus 5.5, and probably also give me the Bucs to the money line as well. Next game we do got is the Chicago Bears. They'll be on the road against the Minnesota Vikings, where the Vikings are a 3-point favorite.
This is a weird game, kid. Look at this one. I think this was like one of the tougher ones I had of the week because both teams are so weird. Like I can see either one of these teams blowing out the other team. I really can. It's so week to week with this team. I'm going to be taking the Bears here to cover. Strictly, this offense. It's just weird with McCarthy, man. It's looks good, looks bad. I know last week they had who'd they play? They played who'd they lose to?
The Ravens.
Ravens, yes. Which the Ravens are a really good football team with, coming off that bye week, getting Lamar back. But still, man, this offense didn't look that good. And I know the Ravens are the Ravens, but their defense still isn't a top-notch defense by any means, and they put it up against them. They really couldn't do much offensively, and I think this Bears defense is kind of similar to the Ravens defense. I think is fair to say, and I think that this game will probably be close, but give me the Bears. Bear down.
It's like in this matchup, week 1, it did burn us taking the Bears. It was looking so good until that fourth quarter. I hope it doesn't burn us again because I'm also on the Bears +3 in this matchup, Evan. I just have a lot more faith in this Bears offense than I do the Vikings. Like, the Vikings offense can look good in spurts, and then you'll see J.J. McCarthy throw 7 interceptions in the next 6 possessions. And the Bears, even though Caleb might not be amazing, he's a lot better than McCarthy as of right now. And has a lot better not a lot better weapons because McCarthy's got J.J. Jefferson.
He's been non-existent though, man.
I know, it's weird. But like a Dunze Burden, you got Loveland.
Loveland's coming around, man.
DeAndre Swift and Manungai as a good little duo. Like, I just think the Bears are kind of looking good right now. The defense has been looking a little better too. So yeah, give me them +3 on the road on that one. Now on our morning slate, we got the LA. Also on our morning slate, we got the LA Chargers going on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars, where the Chargers are a 3-point favorite.
Weird game again, Caden. It's a tough one. This was another tough one because I do see an upset here. I do think the Jags are going to take this game, being at home. This Chargers team, I know they took care of the Steelers. It's a week-to-week thing, man, but still, this Chargers team does. Losing that offensive line, it's so bad. Like, I saw a video. I don't know if you were watching. I saw Pat McAfee repost it. But I remember watching the start of the game when they start doing the starters, the Sunday Night Football. It's like, my name, blah, 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 from TCU, And they're showing the PFF grades of all the players. And literally, everybody was like dead last or second to last in their offensive line. It's just so beat up right now. Herbert's got no help. And this Jacksonville defense it's solid, It's a lot better, I think, than the Steelers defense, which was already beat up going into that last game. We saw Jacksonville and the Houston, they kind of got into a shootout a little bit there. That was very shocking to see.
Jacksonville blew our cover.
Yeah, they did. And not nice at all. And with that said, I'm going to be taking Jacksonville here in an upset.
Well, you see, Dwyer, my lock of the week is actually in this game. My NFL lock of the week is in this game, and that's the Chargers -3.
Ooh!
It's the exact opposite of what you just said.
Wow, okay.
I don't have faith in this Jaguars offense. I don't think they're that great. And that defense, like you said, it is better than the Steelers, but also we just saw Davis Mills put up 30 points against them. And I think Herbert, even with that bad O-line, still going to be able to sling it to a Ladd, to a Johnson, to a Gadsden, whoever, really find ways to get it offensively, get some points up on the board. And Jacksonville, I just don't have as much faith in offensively, and just, I don't know, they're not that good. And the Chargers, I think, are just a better team overall, even with the O-line injuries, that they come in on the road, get that victory, cover the 3, lock of the week.
This is a first. We've never had this before.
I know. Now, as we move on to our afternoon slate, we got the Seattle Seahawks. They will be on the road against the Los Angeles Rams, where the Rams are a 2.5-point favorite.
Caden, this is going to be my lock of the week. I'm going to be taking Seattle in this one, man. Seattle Seahawks are, like, legitimately becoming Super Bowl, like, not even contenders. Like, they're really becoming, like, I think they might be the best team in football in my eyes right now.
Okay.
The way they're playing right now, okay, granted, they haven't played the best of teams, but this offense, man, is just chugging. I mean, JSN MVP. Come on, like this is
Jonathan
he's
Taylor
just-
before JSN. But
but like he's close. He's not that much far. I get JT what he's done with the Colts and all.
he's
that.
a lot behind JT.
I know, but just talking from a pure what he's done for this team. I know JT is, but it's just
Hear what he's done for the team. JT.
JT. Come on, Cade, you gotta help me out here, buddy.
He's just ran for 244 on Sunday.
He has been the best wide receiver in football this year.
Yes, he is.
All right, there we are. Best wide receiver in football, JSN. And yeah, I mean, Sam Darnold's just been putting it up, man. This offense has just been awesome. Defenses look great, too. And you said they're at home against the Rams?
The Rams are out.
The Rams are at home? That doesn't matter, man. It don't matter. Because I do think this Rams team is good. I think this is going to be a very good game, but I don't think Seahawks should be dogs in this one, personally.
Well, Dwyer, you just said it never happened before. Now it's happened twice in a span of 2 minutes. You might be locking the Seahawks. I'm on the Rams at home -2.5. You said the Seahawks offense has been humming. Have you seen the Rams offense?
Humming.
3 straight games of it, 4+ passing tutties and no turnovers for Stafford. You got Kyron Williams and Blake Corum in the backfield looking great as well. Defense ain't too shabby either. And then you look at the Seahawks. I mean, they're a good team and all. I just think this will kind of be a little reminiscent of that Bucs game. It's going to get into a little bit of a shootout. And in the end, the better quarterback will prevail, and that is Matt Stafford. So the Rams -2.5 at home. Also, in our afternoon slate, we got a very big matchup as the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be on the road against the Denver Broncos, where the Chiefs are a 3.5-point favorite.
This is another tough game, Caden. They're both kind of coming off a bye week in a sense, with the Broncos having the extra layoff, and obviously the Chiefs actually having a bye week. Broncos, man, I love them, but they've just the last couple weeks, even though the record has been bad, I know they've been winning.
Yeah, they've been winning, but not well.
Not well, and it's not been against good teams. I mean, we saw against the Texans, we saw it against last week with the Raiders. Like, these aren't teams that you should be being considered a Super Bowl contender playing this tight a ball with. And you can't do that with the Kansas City Chiefs, especially right now. I think they're starting to come into full form. Even with losing Pacheco, I mean, like we said earlier in previous weeks, Rashee Rice has just been, godsend for this offense. And I think the Chiefs are going to handle business here on the road and take care of the Broncos. But tight one, man.
Yeah, the Chiefs, like you said, they really have been humming, couldn't into full form in these last couple weeks, looking like, the Chiefs of years past. And the Broncos have not been looking great. It's just this line is really weird at the 3.5. Because if it's 3, it's interesting. I'm looking at the Chiefs. I might even be leaning the Chiefs. But when you get that hook, when you get it at 3.5, especially with it being played at Mile High, and, the bad defense in football, I know you're missing PS2, but they still are a good defense. I think they should be able to slow down that offense, get someone to help slow down, Rashee Rice, see what they can do there, and just find a way to, come in, keep this close, cover that 3.5 at home. Now, getting into our prime time games. On Sunday Night Football, we got the Detroit Lions on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles, where the Eagles are a 2.5-point favorite.
Kate, this was also very close to my best bet of the week. After last night, I was watching the game last night. Holy crap, who would have thought that was going to be the most low scoring? Helped me in fantasy. Huge win for me. Needed that. But this Eagles offense is lost right now, man. They really look bad, which Packers are a whole other story, but Eagles are really bad too. And we just saw the Lions, after Dan Campbell take over that offensive playing call duties, just put up, 44?
44.
Yeah, like, this Eagles offense isn't going to have that much time to mess around until they're down. So I know they have an awesome defense, and I know the Commanders' defense sucks, but I also think this Detroit Lions offense is way, way better compared to the Green Bay offense. I think they're the best team in the NFC North. And yeah, I get their dogs on the road and stuff like that, but give me the Lions all the way.
No, I'm also with you on the Lions here in this one. It's just, like you said, the Eagles, their offense, like their defense, yeah, it's still a very good defense. It's just there's so much like kind of inconsistency with this offense where Saquon has not been running the ball well, I get all this season. And like Hurts has been looking a lot better in the passing game, but you're still not passing the ball a lot. So it's just not been an efficient offense. You haven't been moving the ball a lot. And if you do go in and score, it's just a long, extended drive that really isn't like you're not that explosive and are able to do that. The Lions, on the other hand, are probably the most explosive offense in football. Everyone on that team basically can go rip an 80-yard touchdown at a given time. And I don't think the Eagles are going to be able to keep up with that, especially like you said. Dan Campbell takes over 44 points in week one. They're going to have, I think, a good week in Philly here on Sunday Night Football, cover that 2.5, win this game. And then on Monday Night Football, don't know why this is a primetime game. Why do they give the Cowboys every primetime game? I don't know. But we got the Dallas Cowboys. Well, I do know, but I don't like it. As we got the Cowboys on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders, where the Cowboys are a 3.5-point favorite.
Weird one, Caden. America's team. Battle of garbage here. I'll be taking Dallas. I am going to be taking Dallas. I think their last loss against the Cardinals, that definitely stung because they were looking all right. They're kind of frisky. And I do think they're still frisky. I like this offense a lot still. I think they had a down week. And this Raiders defense does suck. Don't let last week fool you against
the Raiders. Just suck.
They just suck. They really do. And although this Cowboys defense does suck, between both offenses and defenses, I just trust the Cowboys offense compared to any other part of this game. So, give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Raiders suck. Geno Smith sucks. You're without Jacoby Myers now because you traded him.
And Tyler Lockett, though.
Hey, Ashton Genty might have a big game. But other than that, I don't think they're going to do much of anything. And yeah, the Cowboys, they have bad defense, whatever. The Raiders are terrible, and the Cowboys' offense is good. You're going to see some points put up by this team in a dome, no weather concern, nothing. They're going to come in, put up points. And they're going to, I think, cover this pretty easily. I'm surprised it's only 3.5. I know the Cowboys' defense is terrible, but I might do a little alt spread, -6, something like that, because I do think the Cowboys are just going to be able to put up points, and Geno will do Geno things like he's done all season.
I like that. Yeah.
So, yeah, Dwyer, before we do the part, let us run through one more time. What is your best bet for the NFL?
NFL, I am taking Seattle to go in and to take down the Rams.
Take down the Rams and cover the 2.5 on the road. My best bet for the NFL is the Chargers -3 on the road against the Jaguars. And in college football, my best bet is the Kansas State Wildcats -19.5 on the road against Oklahoma State. And your college best bet, Senior Dwyer?
I am taking Georgia at home to take down Texas Longhorns at -6.
At -6. Well, let's hope it's a good week of picks for the both of us here, Dwyer, with me just getting, all the ones we have the same we get right. I just get those alternates right as well.
Yeah.
Anything else before we depart today?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch you in college rest of the year. I'm going to have to really pick some off. I'm going to have to really go crazy and a lot of upsets on one of these weeks.
Hold on.
I'm down a good bit in college. NFL, we're right there.
Oh, NFL, it's a game separating us.
Yeah.
College, you're down 6.
That's a lot. That's a good amount of games there.
Well, we got a couple more weeks for regular season. Conference championship.
I'm just starting
full games.
Week. Yeah. We got some time, but I'm taking. Our start's got to start this week. It's this week or never.
Just know the gap's going to grow even larger this week in both NFL and college.
No chance. I'm taking you back in NFL.
Not going to happen. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of the Untouchaballs podcast. If you did, make sure to subscribe down below if you have not already. Also, leave a like on this video. Comment down below as well. What do you guys think of our picks for this week? What are your guys' locks of the week for the NFL and college football? Turn on post notifications to never miss an upload of the Untouchaballs podcast. And share this with your friends, family, strangers, neighbors, anything like that. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.